Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Did You Know? Okay, my name is Renita Gold, and this week I am giving you the second part of my story. So, with that being said, let's just get into it, honey. Okay, so I think I'm kind of give you a refresher. So, when I left off, I was saying that I ended up getting trying to get a second got a second opinion because how the nurse made me feel and also how the doctor made me feel as well. So I decided to get a second opinion because I had three clients that come to me and ask me if I was going to get a second opinion. And the first one, she asked me a couple of times. The second one, she asked me every week that she came in. The third one, she was telling me how I started the process is how I'm going to end the process. So I decided after getting that from them, I ended up going ahead and go through MD Anderson. Okay, so one thing that really disturbed me is the fact that because of the insurance I had, I couldn't get a plastic surgeon to go ahead and fix my breast. So just imagine, I don't know how much okay, so when I was the tumor itself, it was five, I'm sorry, it was 1.5 centimeters. The calcification around it was five, so 5 centimeters. So then therefore um that made it to be what 6 point wait, is that right? No, four. I'm sorry. I'm getting this all wrong. So 4 centimeters and four centimeters. So that made it together five that made it 5.4 centimeters. Sorry about that. Okay, so with that being said, just imagine 5.4 centimeters of your breast being taken out, and you now have to walk around with like some not so good looking breast or whatever the case may be. So in my mind, that would mess with my psyche. And because I'm used to seeing my breast a certain way, and then all of a sudden now it it's damaged because of this. But because of the insurance that I had, I can't go any further. So I got insurance through my job, and my job has Aetna insurance. And so I was able to get the insurance that I needed so I can get the procedure that I wanted. And plus, I actually really wanted to go to MD Anderson anyway, just because they're the number one cancer center in the nation. So then, therefore, why wouldn't I go to the number one? And the way the lady was fast talking me, and then the other lady was just yelling at me or whatever the case may be because I wanted to wait. It was just off. The vibe was just off. So I decided I'm not gonna go that route. And so what I did, I got my insurance through my job or whatever, and then I started the process all over again. So that means starting it all over again. So the bills that I had with the other company, going through them and everything, those bills still remain. I still have to pay those bills, but now I'm starting a new set of bills. So every time you get a another opinion, then of course there's going to be cost that goes with that. So just think about that. I'm not saying don't get another a second opinion because I feel like that's very important. And like my client said, she said get first, second, third. You know, your money can't go that. I mean, sometimes our money don't go that far. Our money ain't that long, so we can't do that. But at least get a second opinion. So then, therefore, you'll feel comfortable. And if the doctor, the nurse, whomever makes you feel uncomfortable, go somewhere else. Like, don't just sit there and think you have to take what they're giving you. Because me, like I said, I was kind of scared. I was kind of afraid because of the biopsy situation or whatever the case may be. But yet and still, God gave me the courage to go ahead on and do it again. And so yeah, so that's that. And then, so now in the process of with them, so Oh, they did so many different things. So she did they did their own test, which I was really happy about that. They did their own test, so they have their own information to go through. What they did end up getting is the biopsy. So the biopsy that they got from the other place, because the biopsy is used for at least up to 5 years. You can use it up to 5 years. So because they took out let me see, three cells out of three tissues out of one area and three out of another. So they had enough to use, and so that I'd have to do a biopsy for those. But so then like I said, they ran all their tests, they did all their things, and guess what? I still had to do another biopsy because they found another like mass in my breast, and I'm just like, at that moment, I just started crying because I really just did not want to do another biopsy, and even so, I was crying before, but I'm just like, I don't want to do this again, but with tears, I said, let's just do it because it's got to be done so you can see what or you can rule out certain things and come to find out it was nothing. So just the tumor that was it's like right here. So the other doctor was telling me that they were gonna go in because like my crease of my arm right here, but they went right here, which is the scar is like right there. And so, but just imagine you have this mass that's gone and your boob is just, I mean, maybe it wouldn't look so, I don't know, but I didn't want to take a chance of my boobs looking really weird and I'd be freaking out about myself. So so anyway, I got everything after we figured out what the plan was. They have a team of doctors that you see, um, the surgeon, the the surgeon, the plastic surgeon, the oncologist, and a medical oncologist. So they have like four different people that I've seen and I talked to, and they said what their part in it was and what they were going to do. They made me feel very welcome. And they broke everything down for me. They explained to me. And because I had a little bit of knowledge from the other place, I was able to ask some questions that I didn't know before. So they answered those questions. They made me feel good. Like one person told me that the estrogen pill that they give you is actually really a cancer pill. So I made them break that down for me. Like, is this a cancer pill or is this estrogen? Tell me what it is. And so I'm chemo pill, sorry. And so she said she broke it down to me. She said, no, it's not a chemo pill. It's actually really an estrogen pill because we need an estrogen blocker because that's what's fueling my cancer. And a lot of times that's how it starts off, with that. That's the most common that's the most common cancer, breast cancer. So just so you guys know that much. But so yeah, I'm going through the process. I didn't talk to the doctors. They explained to me what their parts were. We're now fast forward to the day that we're gonna do the surgery. And I thought I was gonna be really nervous, but I they made me feel they made me feel comfortable. So coming in, the lady she ended up having to so the plastic surgeon she came in and she drew on my chest because she was gonna have the reconstruction surgeon. So she was gonna come in and do her part. So she drew on my breast and took measurements and everything like that. And generally she says, just if you guys need to know this part also. So generally when you go through radiation, then one of them are going it's going to shrink the boob, one of the boobs. So in my case it would be my right or my right boob. So it's going to shrink it a little bit more. So what she tried to do is basically make this one out to be a little bit smaller as what she thought this would be. So she kept this one a little bit larger. So then therefore once the radiation does hit it, then it'll kind of be somewhat the same as this one right here. So that's my left. So my right, my left. So that's what she did. And so I and it was a success when I went in there, they talked to me and just different things that I had to do and stuff like that. What other things did they do? Of course I couldn't eat for 24 hours. I was starving. But okay, so after that, after they did the surgery and everything, well, they give you, of course, they give you drugs, and basically what they did was like this: that they're going to be giving you the drugs to um like throughout the surgery. So then therefore, let's say this person, she comes in, she does her part, the surgeon comes and take out the tumor. So then she does her part by go ahead and stitching her part up. Then the reconstruction surgeon, she come in and then she does her part. So then therefore she's then what she does is, she does her part as far as her part. And so then after that, once you go through all of that, and it's like 4 to 6 weeks or whatever of healing, and trying to get yourself back together. They give you exercises basically to do and things like that to get this arm straight, because when you start doing the radiation, your arm is going to have to be up. So it's going to have to be up, and it's going to be holding on to this little bar. That's what they was telling me. It's going to be holding on to this bar. So then your arm is going to need to be up for the whole time. So then that's where they give you these exercises that you have to do that's going to help you to build your strength back up and everything, and get you back to, doing your thing, get you back to doing your normal things that you normally would do. Okay, so I'm still going through the process. I'm in my stage right now where I am waiting on, like, just getting myself back together, getting my strength and everything like that. So what was asked of me is if I what was told to me is that they took out a lymph node, and one of the lymph nodes had cancer in it. And so that is 1.4 centimeters, the cancer, which I'm still at stage 1 by the grace of God. I was still at stage 1. But when I went to see the doctor, she said she took it out. She said, at this point, I am cured. And she said that they do multiple tests on to see, like, let's say the age of it, if it's going to come back, the chances of it coming back, and just things like that. So now they want me to decide whether or not I want to do chemo and radiation, or do I just do radiation. So the percentage of it coming back, well, okay, what they gave me is it's a number, a scale or whatever. So if the scale was from 25 down, then I wouldn't have to get chemo. But 26 and up, you have to get chemo. So chemo plus the radiation. I mean, they suggest that you get chemo plus the radiation. So for me, I haven't decided that part yet. I have 2 weeks to decide that. So I'll let you know what I decide. Okay. So I hope you guys have an awesome and amazing evening. Happy Thanksgiving. And I look forward to seeing you again when I do part 3. All right. Bye bye for now.